Okay, I'm making a video that for me is almost surreal. I am literally walking through an intersection right now, and I'm floored in a positive way and in a powerful positive way, but also in a negative way because I am finally learning, or not finally learning, but I understand how this stuff works, and I'm slowly but surely getting better at it. Turning dreams into reality, overcoming adversity, living my dreams, all that kind of stuff. But the reason why this intersection for me is so powerful, this intersection that I just walked through when I started this video, is because it hit me so hard that 30 years ago, 20 years, actually 25, 26 years ago, I came to Atlanta and I got off on a certain street because I was lost. But actually, I wasn't lost. I guess it was destiny leading me where I wanted to go. But I got off the highway and got on a certain street and it was an absolutely gorgeous neighborhood. And I said, one day I'm going to live over here. One day, this is where I'm going to reside. This is where I'm going to raise my family. And I now live in that neighborhood. And what I thought were a series of horrible events, whether it's bankruptcy, losing houses, moving so that I could get into a better neighborhood because I couldn't afford private school and I wanted to get into a school district where at least, even if they went to public school, they would have good public schools. All these different things that I did that looked like they were negatives actually were setups for a better situation. And even now, going through that intersection I just went through, I actually used to live around the corner up the street. And through a series of events that some may consider positive, but some may consider negative, I wound up having to move. And I wound up moving into a bigger home on a beautiful street, which I already lived on a beautiful street. And I wound up having to make some financial decisions to be able to streamline my resources so that I can continue to land on my feet and yet still keep and improve the lifestyle that I wanted. So through these events, my business slowing down, then getting busy, getting new trucks and then trucks breaking down, bringing on new people in the company and then those people not working out. Just continuing to grow no matter what, just moving forward, right? Just keeping my head down, going to work, periodically popping my head up just to make sure I'm going in the right direction. I realized this morning I'm right where I want to. I mean, I've realized this a while ago, but I'm right where I want to be. I'm in the neighborhood that I wanted to be in, that works for me and my family. My kids are happy. And I just wish I could get across to people in my own way that your dreams can come true. A lot of this stuff that I've accomplished is because I was taught a long time ago how the brain works. Now, did I get it? Did I understand it? Did I do everything right? No, I made a lot of errors. But I remember as a young girl getting the book Think and Grow Rich. I remember getting the book The Magic of Thinking Big. In fact, speaking of the magic of thinking big, one of the guys that we do tree work for, he's an amazing man. He's absolutely amazing. His name is Dietrich, and he's an architect. And he's extremely successful. He's phenomenally successful, and he's such an inspiration to me. We did some tree work for him, and I was at his office, and I went to his office, and I look on his desk, and guess what? Right on his desk is that book, The Magic of Thinking Big. Now, this guy is a guy that does projects all over the world. He has a big name here in Atlanta, but from what I understand, he's done projects over in Dubai, Europe, all over the place. And yet he's also reading these books and tapping into this information so that, he can continue to become successful. And the thing that frustrates me is that the same way somebody can Google a video or go to YouTube and watch some ratchet video, with somebody shaking their booty, you can also go to YouTube and learn a skill. You can also go to Google and find books and resources that'll help you change your mindset to become successful. But going back to the fact that I'm living in Atlanta and I'm living my dream, and going back to that intersection, which I know I'm rambling, but I'm trying to get my heart rate up. But I remember going to church over in this community a long time ago, and I would leave church and I would stop at that intersection, and I would go, and while I was sitting there at the stoplight, I just would take a moment and go, wow, this is my neighborhood. I would just visualize, I would dream and say, wow, this is my neighborhood. This is where I want to live. And guess what? I live not even 1 minute from that intersection. Literally, like I pull out of my driveway, turn, and I'm right there at that intersection. And it just hit me this morning that this is the same intersection that I used to sit at and go, wow, this is my neighborhood. And I say that because I want other people to achieve their dreams. I know there's a lot of craziness going on right now, but I also think some of this craziness is out of frustration. You know, we have to learn to start setting ourselves up for success. We have to learn to start doing better for ourselves, because nobody's gonna do it for you. I have mentioned, and I know this is a long video, but I've mentioned before that even though I've got issues, I don't have issues with my dad. I just don't deal with him on certain things because of some things that he's done in the past that don't sit well with me. And then he continues to lie about it, but he's in a different place. He's a good guy now and everything, but you know, I don't know. You can't build a relationship on denying the past. But anyway, the positive is my dad had transitioned into the Nation of Islam. And there's a lot of stuff that I did not like about the nation, but the one thing, and which is why I'm not affiliated with them, but there's a lot of positive. And one of the positives was being self-reliant and doing for self and not waiting for somebody to do something for you. And that if you want something, you got to kick the door down and get it yourself. And that doesn't mean kick the door down to somebody else's business. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That means go get yours. But how do you go get yours if you've never been taught that? Well, at this point with the internet, I think if you're over 18, it's a choice not to live the life that you want and try to, because the resources are out there. The books are out there. I will honestly say I did not finish college. I made a lot of stupid mistakes. I have filed bankruptcy multiple times. I have dropped the ball. I've been in debt, obviously. I have not managed my money the way I need to, but I don't stop. And so I get better and better and better and better. Just yesterday, and I wanted to do a video yesterday because I got a notice in the mail, and it was a notice telling me that a bill had been paid off. Like I guess it's an old collection because I just been paying stuff, right? And it just felt good. I mean, I get those notices periodically, but it was just something about yesterday. I got it and I was like, oh my God, this just feels so good. You know, just paying stuff off. And I wouldn't have been able to do this kind of stuff and pay stuff off and recover from my mistakes if I would have stopped. But I think sometimes when people go through challenges, they think that means that they're not going in the right direction. And everything that I read, everything that I listened to about success told me that I was going to make mistakes. And a lot of my mistakes were made because I just didn't know better. And then in times when I did know better, I just didn't know how to get past where I was without doing stupid stuff. And I just had to learn that little by little, you got to make better choices. You got to save a little bit of money. If you can't pay a bill off, you got to at least talk to the people and make a payment arrangement. If you're not making enough money, you got to work harder and smarter and utilize the resources you have to increase your income. But let me tell you something. One of the biggest things is changing the way you think. Well, how do you change the way you think? You change what you're putting in your brain. I tell every business person that I know to watch stuff by Gary Vee, to watch stuff by Oprah Winfrey, to watch stuff by, I don't like everything Grant Cardone does, but okay, Grant Cardone, to watch stuff by You know, Oprah, The Rock, you know, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Listen to that positive stuff. Learn, don't just listen to them, watch what they're doing, you know, and do it. Duplicate yourself. Get better people on your team. I mean, I say this stuff like literally every day to some business people, and I cannot tell you how many people are still doing the same old thing and not getting better results because they're doing the same old thing. So find people. Oh, Dan Loke. I just started watching Dan Loke about, oh God, maybe about 3 months ago. This dude's been out for years talking to people about marketing, success, copywriting, and stuff like that. Rachel Hollis, okay, the Budgetnista. She's an African-American girl that teaches black folks about budgeting. John Hope Bryan, Denzel Washington, Will Smith. I mean, come on, man. There's people out there if you want to learn, but we got to make the choice. And people go, well, you know, they big and successful. Yeah, but there was a time when they weren't. And these people talk about what they did. But instead of looking at that, people look at the fact that they are successful as opposed to how they got successful. So I'm going to log off now, but there's a better way, y'all. There's a better way. I'm not going to get all into the whatever whoop-de-whoop because it's in the news right now, but there's a better way. Nobody's going to do it for us. They're not going to help us. They're not going to give us the rights. We got to get out there. We got to vote. We got to build wealth. We got to stop watching crappy, ratchet videos. I mean, that's fine to do if you're wealthy and you've achieved your dreams or you've whatever, and your mindset is focused on success. You can watch all that stuff if you're right where you want to be. But if your brain is not geared towards success yet, you should be inundating your brain with things that will feed it positive things so you can switch your mindset to attract the wealth that you want. So once again, if you like watching ratchet videos, that's cool. But you're not going to get where you want to be until you can also take some of that energy and put content in it that will help you achieve your goals. So yeah, like I said, do what you want to do. Don't take my advice. Don't take the advice of other people that have put out content telling you how they did it. You know, I'll tell you one thing. I didn't quit. I kept going. Kept going when people talked about me. I kept going when people turned their back on me. Kept going when people lied to me. I kept going when I made mistakes. Kept going when I made stupid decisions. Kept going when I went broke. I kept going when I lost equipment. I kept going when I got kicked out of my house. I kept going when I had cars repossessed. Kept going when I couldn't pay my bills. Kept going when I was depressed. I kept going when I was fat, which, you know, I'm working on losing weight right now. I kept going. And if you keep going and making adjustments, because there's not everybody that became successful made all the stupid mistakes that I made. But I will tell you this, I'm hard-headed. And sometimes I just don't get stuff. I'm smart, but there's just some stuff I'm not smart about. But if you just stay focused, put good content in your brain, and, you know, try to do better and better each time, you'll get there. You will absolutely get there. And don't compare yourself to other people. You know, stop comparing yourself. Firm example of not compare yourself. This literally just went through my brain. There's a lady that just went jogging by me and she's all lean, fit, and healthy. While I'm talking to you guys, it actually went through my head. Wow, look how fit she is. I should be running too. No. I had to stop myself right there. I had to stop myself right there and go, wait a minute. I'm making progress. I'm walking every morning. And one day, if I choose to, I will be running, you know? And so don't compare, don't compete, and don't complain. Just do better and be better. God bless you. You guys have a good day and go get yours. All right.